Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to a very special podcast. This is the podcast in which we talk about all of your favorite TV series from yesteryear and then discuss them over a glass of coffee. And I'm Patrick M. Dunn. Perhaps you know me from the previous 80-something episodes. And I'm joined here by Catherine Halstead, the author.
Okay, you got all fancy on me.
Well, I said your full name instead of just Cat. Just plain Cat.
Yeah, and then you did the voice. You did like that voice you do when you start talking about Joan Crawford.
Oh, that one?
You got all like, fancy. Fancy times. I'm fancy Patrick's. I'm fancy Patrick's. Oh, we should do the party over here. It is very much like Franck from Father of the Bride and Father of the Bride Part 2.
Martin Short's character? Yeah, shout out to Martin Short wherever you are, whatever you're doing right now.
He's being awesome.
Making a weird movie or something where he plays like a child, probably.
I think it's been a while since he did that. Wasn't that a movie he did with Ben Savage?
I was thinking of Clifford. Is that the one you're talking about?
I don't even know. I honestly don't know. I just know there's like some weird movie he did with Ben Savage.
That's probably it. He played like a 10-year-old boy, and it was called Clifford. Mm-hmm. And they basically just, like Martin Short just like stood on his knees the whole filming of this movie, I think. I don't know how they did it.
Yeah, so he was like the same height as Ben Savage or something.
So Ben Savage was probably his friend. This is probably like pre-Boy Meets World Ben Savage. He was probably...
Yeah, it was pre-Boy Meets World.
Yeah, this is what like put him on the map, maybe.
It was like probably what got him a little more attention at ABC. So I think like Ben Savage was like a kid that they had signed to them. Because, you know, networks sometimes have like actors signed to the network.
Yes.
That they'll find projects for. Like, that's how Pam Dauber got Mork and Mindy.
Oh, really?
Is like they needed a project for her, and they were like, oh, let's have her be the straight man to Robin Williams' crazy, zany alien.
Yeah, and she's like, oh, what? What? I didn't sign up for this madness.
She's like, what? Oh, okay.
I thought I was going to be on a family drama.
I get to pretend I live in Boulder? Okay. I get to go, like, run around the CU field? Okay.
Yeah, I miss Pam Dauber. I wish she would do more things.
Her husband's busy.
Who's her husband? Who's she married to?
The guy from Mark Hammond, the guy from NCIS.
Oh, is it Mark Harmon or Hammond?
Harmon?
Yeah, I think it's Harmon.
I've only had like 5 sips of coffee, okay?
Yeah, I love recording early in the morning because I feel smarter than Kat.
Fuck you.
Because normally I think you're more smarter than I. So I want to appear more intelligent on to the podcast.
Is that why we've been doing these early as fuck morning recordings?
Yeah. So I made Kat wake up at like 5 a.m. to do this fucking podcast. Let's just...
It's not that early, but oh god, if he could, he would.
You know what? Next week we're gonna do a real early in the morning episode. And we're going to watch Wake Up San Francisco. We're going to wake up with San Francisco, watching Wake Up San Francisco.
What are you babbling? He's not making any sense. It can't be just me that he's not making any sense with right now.
Hey, I'm in the middle of a tropical storm right now. Can I just forewarn the audience? There is a tropical storm behind me. Can you see it?
No, I just see a ceiling fan and bright sunlight.
That's not sunlight. That's a storm out there.
Oh, okay, sure, whatever.
Yeah, so I could potentially die in today's episode.
You're not going to die in today's episode.
And my last words will be me talking about Out of This World, which is what we're doing today.
And I have the damn theme song in my head now, thank you.
Swinging on a Star?
Yeah.
Isn't it like a Bing Crosby song or something?
I don't know. I just know it's in my head. As soon as it played last night when I sat down to watch this episode, I was like, fuck. This song is stuck in my head.
You're going to go on like Spotify today and listen to it later on.
No, I'm not.
Dance around your bedroom.
If I go on Spotify, I'm going to go listen to Look What You Made Me Do by Taylor Swift.
Oh, is it the number one song in America right now?
I think so.
Did it top Despacito? And kept Mariah Carey's streak alive?
I haven't looked at the numbers.
I lost you for a second. I didn't hear what you said.
I don't know. I said I don't know, and... Yeah.
Oh. I thought you were like Googling the answer right now.
No.
Okay. Well,
too early to Google.
Everyone in the real world can do that right now. They can go onto like the Billboard website and see where Look What You Made Me Do is right now. See what happened. We're in the dark right now. I'm in a hurricane. You're in Denver. Not Denver. Where are you?
I told you, it's too early. It's too damn early.
All right. So how familiar with Out of This World are you? Did you grow up with this?
So this is one of those shows I kind of remember watching, but mostly on like days where we had a school delay or a snow day. Like it's one of those shows because I remember it being it was syndicated, and I remember watching it early it wasn't early in the morning. It was probably like on at 9 a.m. or something. But it was on at 9 a.m. And where am I usually at 9 a.m.?
School.
Sitting in like
homeroom.
Not even homeroom. Homeroom was at like 8 o'clock.
Oh, I don't know.
8:10.
Jesus Christ. I'm just assuming things here.
You're just like, how late do you think school starts?
I don't know. I feel like I didn't go to school till like 8:30.
I feel like my schools in New Jersey started at like 8, like middle school and high school.
Okay.
But my school in Colorado started at 7:20 in the morning.
Jesus.
Yeah, and I did not live like near the school. I lived like half an hour away.
Damn. So I remember this being on, in my town, I remember Out of This World being on at like 1:30, and I didn't get out of school till like 2. So the only time I ever really watched it was in the summer, and if I was home that day, or if it was like Columbus Day or something.
Yeah, I feel like it's one of those shows that you kind of just caught if you just happen to be home. It wasn't something you were like, oh, I have to go home. Out of This World is on in 5 minutes.
But I dug it. Like at the time, I used to dig it. I was like always excited to watch it.
I enjoyed it when I was younger. And it was really funny once I hit that age where I started watching General Hospital and I recognized Steve Burton on the show.
Yeah.
And he wasn't in this episode. I was really disappointed.
Yeah, he wasn't in this one. I was kind of waiting for him to show up.
I was totally down to discuss young Steve Burton.
Wait, when was he on the show? Like, was it first season or was it like later on? Like, when did
he came on in the first season?
Okay.
And yeah, he played Evie's boyfriend throughout the series, like on and off.
Oh, okay. Like he was in the opening credits, though. I think, right, at one point in time.
Yeah, he definitely made the opening credits at one point.
Because I remember like his blonde hair.
Yes, his super blonde hair.
Yeah, his bleach blonde. He had like the he kind of looked like he could have been a Carter brother.
Yeah, totally.
He's like Nick and Aaron Carter's older, cooler brother.
Who's into pyramid schemes.
Steve Burton is, or the Carter brothers, or all of the above.
So, yeah.
One thing that I wanted to bring up about Out of This World, the premise of the show. I think we have to go over the basic premise. So
yeah, we have to talk about like what this show is. Can we do this?
Yes, let's do it.
What is this show?
The series focuses around the teenage daughter, Evie, who discovers like on her 13th birthday that her father is an alien named Troy from the planet Antares, I think is what it's called.
I think that's how you pronounce it, yeah.
Yeah, sure. It doesn't matter. So he came to Earth, he impregnated Evie's mom. They got like married and stuff.
Yeah.
And then he like bailed. He like skipped the planet. He like skipped town forever.
Well, he got called back to his home planet to fight in war.
Oh yeah, like a Star War is happening on the other side of the universe.
Yeah, like this major like intergalactic war. But like he can't communicate with the mom when he's on the home planet.
Yeah, he can only communicate.
And he can't communicate with the daughter. Like until her 13th birthday, he can't talk to her. So he's like just this like deadbeat dad for all this time.
Yeah, the mom said like he was in the army or something. I don't remember the exact thing, but
secret agent.
Something like that.
He was a secret agent.
But on Evie's 13th birthday, there's like a crystal box that's like in their house. It's shaped like a pyramid maybe.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah, it's this weird cube that's very 80s decor wise.
Yes, it looks like you'd buy that at Spencer Gifts, and it would like put colors on your wall or something when you turn it on.
Yeah, it's like it would just glow with the different LED lights.
Yes, it would change. It would be like pink and purple, like hot neon 80s colors.
Yeah,
that's what alien technology is Spencer Gift props.
Yes, exactly.
But on Evie's 13th birthday, I guess her powers become activated.
Yeah.
And she can now communicate with the dad, who is voiced by Burt Reynolds. Let's just throw that out there.
Yes, but then he wants his name removed from the credits after the first season.
Yes. He wants no like association with the show, but he'll still get paid and he'll still appear on the show.
And he'll still do the voice work.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure he just like rolls out of bed. He just talks into a microphone and he just ships the tape off to, I don't know, whatever production company.
It was like he just called in and was like, okay, what am I saying? Okay. Evie, your mom.
Your mom was a fox.
So she's like half alien, half human, and she has powers, and she can stop time with her fingers going together. Which is actually maybe like the lamest thing. Like, why can't she just wiggle her nose or nod her head? Come on.
Well, that was obviously used in 2 other shows.
I know, but like to go from wiggling your nose and nodding your head to fingers have to touch.
Well, you don't want to get sued by the producers of I Dream of Jeannie and Bewitched, being like, hey, this fucking dumb bitch copied our fucking style, so they had to do something different. And that's probably like the cheapest thing they could have thought of.
It's like the most ridiculous thing. Actually, there's more ridiculous things I'm sure they could have thought of.
Yeah. And she can also like move stuff with her mind too, I think.
Mm-hmm. Like her powers grow as she gets older.
Yes.
And she can do different things. Make stuff appear.
One thing I want to point out though, this show is it reminded me of Guardians of the Galaxy for some reason.
Okay.
Like Evie could have been Star-Lord or whatever his name is. Star-Lord?
You just compared Evie to Chris Pratt.
Yes, I did.
There's not enough coffee in this world for this.
Because Chris Pratt's dad was also an alien who like shagged his mom and he skipped town and he laid dormant on Earth for a while and then found out he had powers later on, I think.
I honestly, you know what? I'm not gonna lie. I only saw Guardians of the Galaxy once.
I can't be sure what came first. I'm sure Guardians of the Galaxy was first, maybe. I'm sure that like begat in the 70s.
Yeah, I think that started in the 70s.
Yeah. So do you think the creators of Out of This World were like huge Guardians of the Galaxy fans and were like, hey, we need to like use this idea?
No.
Could you imagine the pitch meeting to pitch Out of This World?
Okay. Can we just talk about the pitch meetings for a lot of these 80s sitcoms we've watched? Teenage girl is half alien and has magic powers. Family builds robot and treats it like a daughter.
Alien crashes into a family's house and they have to like hide him from the government.
Like, how did these things get approved?
I think there was definitely a big push for fantasy-driven shows, I think, in the 80s, and like people hiding secrets.
I think there was just like more of a family-driven, goofy focus too back then.
Yeah, because if you just did like a wacky family like on its own, it would get kind of stale. So you have to like throw in some kind of supernatural element to it.
You have to throw in something weird and silly.
Yeah. All right. Shall we talk about what was on the same day as this episode?
Yeah, what day did this air?
All right. So on last week's episode, the Fred Savage, Candace Cameron movie, we talked how it aired on May 6th, like 1996. Mm-hmm. This episode also aired on May 6th, the day after Cinco de Mayo, 1989. So Kat as we learned last week, Kat did not celebrate Cinco de Mayo growing up. So you were not at school on this day, like coloring sombreros and...
No.
No, you weren't. So listen to the last episode, like to learn how appalled I am that Kat thinks that Cinco de Mayo was just invented.
That's not what I meant, asshole. I just meant that it wasn't like a huge deal where I was from. It wasn't like people going, oh, it's Cinco de Mayo, we're having a party.
No.
I grew up in a very Italian town.
You literally said, did we even have Cinco de Mayo back then? And it was like referring to 1996.
No, I did not. I listened to the episode. That is not what I said. I said it was not a big deal.
I'm going to get you a book on the history of Cinco de Mayo. And we're going to do a special episode on Cinco de Mayo. On Cinco de Mayo next year.
No, we're not.
All right.
We're not.
Why?
Do you know why we're not going to? Because I say so.
Oh, okay, Miss Majority Shareholder.
And I'm the boss. Exactly.
I will buy my fucking one share back, and then we'll be equal partners. Then I will ride you out of town.
Nobody else will do this mess with you.
It would be like it'll be like a big coup. I will hire Joan Holloway from Mad Men to like orchestrate this because she's really good at like orchestrating like schemes.
Are you gonna get all like Alexis Carrington on me?
Yes, I'm gonna have someone like slap you and like push you in the pool.
Okay then.
Rip your ponytail wig off.
What wig? This is all real.
Sure it is.
No extensions.
Cat wig 2017.
All real bitches.
All right, let's talk about what was on TV that night. So I guess Out of This World must have aired like in syndication during the day because I couldn't find it anywhere on the schedule.
Yeah, it was a syndicated show. It originally actually was part of this weird thing NBC did one year.
Yes.
Where they started their primetime at 7:30, but that 7:30 block was sitcoms that were technically syndicated. Like they own them and they could be syndicated.
Yeah, they owned and produced them, and they aired them like on their network. But if I guess they sold it off to other like whatever became the WB in your town.
Yeah, so like say your network wanted to air the news at 7:30 instead. They would air the news instead of Out of This World or whatever.
Yes.
And there were 5 shows total that they did that with. It was part of NBC's Primetime Begins at 7:30 campaign. The series were Out of This World, Marblehead Manor, She's the Sheriff, We Got It Made, and You Can't Take It With You.
What is She's the Sheriff? That sounds like pretty empowering to me.
The series marked the return of Suzanne Summers.
Ooh.
For the first time since she left the role of Chrissy Snow on ABC's Three's Company.
We have to track that down. We'll find it.
We do.
Kat probably will find it before I even finish the sentence.
It is number 44 on TV Guide's 50 worst TV shows of all time.
All right. So are you ready for what was on this night? I believe it was a Saturday night. This was a Saturday night.
Saturday night? Okay.
We're going to start with ABC. Things kick off at 8 p.m. with Mission Impossible.
Okay.
Following the great writers' strike of 1988, networks were shaken in their boots to air original content. So ABC dipped into its vaults, and they revived the classic 60s series Mission Impossible. And they basically used the same scripts, except they just modified lines just to make it seem like it took place in current times. And I think it was kind of like a big thing for a while.
Okay.
A few years at least. I definitely remember they made a Nintendo game based on it too. I think I rented it from the video gallery.
Are you sure that isn't on the Tom Cruise movie?
No, it was definitely pre-Tom Cruise movie because I remember being real young.
Okay.
And I watched this a few times. And I used to play it in the woods with my friends.
Okay, I was sitting here going, Mission Impossible was on that night? Okay, wow.
Yeah. It was on for like 3 or 4 years. And it basically was just the old episodes remade because they didn't have to pay writers.
No, they just had to pay like the one person who updated them.
Yeah, like they had to go through and just say like 1988 instead of 1962 or whatever the fuck.
And you can't say this word anymore. Let's use this word.
Yeah, like they weren't like President Kennedy. Like now they had to be like Reagan. Reagan says this. Reagan demands that we invade this country.
So yeah. Okay, what else is on?
All right, following Mission Impossible at 9 o'clock was a series called A Man Called Hawk, which was a spin-off of Spencer for Hire.
Okay.
And it aired for 13 weeks in 1989. It starred Avery Brooks, an African-American actor, and I guess he was like a popular character on Spencer for Hire, so they gave him his own thing. And I don't know, he wore sharp outfits, he had sunglasses that he wore at night, and he like carried a long-ass gun, I remember.
Okay.
Hearing about that. Did you ever watch Spencer for Hire?
No. I mean, I think my mom watched Spencer for Hire.
I think everybody watched Spencer.
That was Robert Ulrich, right?
I believe so. Uric.
Yeah.
Ulrich.
Uric. It's 7:34 in the morning. Give me a goddamn break. Jackhole.
Yeah. All right. ABC, 10 o'clock, was something called, and I cannot find anything about this, something called Busted Pilot.
Okay.
And there's no IMDb page for it. There's no Wikipedia entry. If you Google it, nothing comes up. So I'm not even sure if this is real.
Oh my God, it's one of those.
Yes, so it may have been a show. It might have been a movie. Who knows? Or the website that I look at just like made something up completely because they didn't know what was on that night.
Maybe. They're like, Busted Pilot.
Yeah.
Nobody will know we're joking.
Someone spilt like coffee over the TV guide that they were using to like create this website. And it smeared the words. So it looks like it says Busted Pilot. I can't tell. All right. Are you ready for CBS?
Yeah, let's hear it.
All right. We talked about the show one time at 8 o'clock. Guns of Paradise. Do you remember when we chatted about that?
I vaguely.
It was a Western-themed family drama created by David Jacobs of Dallas and Knots Landing fame.
Okay.
And the series follows the adventures of a fictitious gunfighter named Ethan Cord, whose sister left her 4 children in his custody when she died. Ooh.
Okay, yeah, I definitely remember talking about this.
That was that. I think we weren't really impressed by it.
No, not really.
Would you be itching to watch a show based on that description I read to you?
No, not really.
Even though it was created by David Jacobs of Dallas and Knots Landing fame.
Okay, who did this star? Like, did it star somebody like hot and like eye candy worthy, or?
I looked at the IMDb page just to see if there's like anyone like cool, like maybe there's like a rare appearance by like Carol Potter of 90210 maybe, but no, I didn't recognize any names. I had to go through a lot of scrolling until I saw a name that I recognized, and it was like someone who was in like 4 episodes of the X-Files.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, but who knows? It could.
Yeah, no. You gotta give me at least something pretty to look at if you're gonna give me a description like that.
I mean, there could have been like a handsome no-name star. Who knows? He might have retired from acting after the show. Like maybe Guns of Paradise did him in. He had enough.
He was like, "That's it. I made it. I'm good. I'm gonna go retire to a ranch in Montana now and never be heard from again."
Yeah, he made like 70 G, and he was like, "This is enough. I can finally start that pyramid scheme company I always wanted to do."
Now, they're not all Steve Burton.
Well, he could be like Steve Burton's like manager. You never know.
You never know.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
What else was on that night on CBS?
9 p.m. CBS. Jesse Hawks.
Wait, what?
Jesse Hawks.
What the heck is that?
This was a spin-off of High Mountain Rangers, which was an adventure series about a group of highly trained wilderness search and rescue officers in Tahoe, Nevada. But that show was not popular. They basically took the 3 most popular characters from High Mountain Rangers and just spun them off into a new show called Jesse Hawks, which was only on for 6 weeks.
Who did this? What people, were their names in this one?
The main star of the show was Robert Conrad.
That name means nothing to me.
And his real life children were in the show too. And they tracked down criminals in San Francisco.
Okay, moving on, please.
All right. CBS, 10 o'clock, West 57th, which was like a news magazine show. And take a wild guess who was on this. Just take a guess.
Connie Chung.
No, but Connie Chung replaced this show when it was canceled. Fun fact.
Oh.
Meredith Vieira.
Oh, that's what she... Okay.
All right. We would know later on from The View and the Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
Being the only one who can tolerate Matt Lauer.
She's on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, like the daily version, right?
Yeah, she hosted that for a little while.
Is that still on?
It is, but she doesn't host it anymore.
Who's on now?
I don't know. Like, I've only, like, caught it in, like, waiting rooms at ERs and stuff.
Yeah, like, Kat fainted and had to go to the hospital, and, like, while she's waiting to be seen...
No, I didn't go to the hospital.
She's taking wild guesses at answers in the waiting room.
Oh, you asshole. I'm not very nice early in the morning, just so you know.
No, we get, like, bitchy Kat. I like it. We get, like, feisty Kat in the morning. I think, like, I'm going to wake you up even earlier. It's like, so maybe we can have, like an actual fight. Like, you might even like try to jump through the computer and like slap me.
Fuck you, Patrick. Fuck you.
Ooh, I hope we get a lot of fan mail.
Don't make me go all Zsa on you.
Ooh, R.I.P.
Okay, that was CBS, and we did ABC, so NBC?
We're going to do Fox first, because NBC is wild.
Oh, Fox. Yeah. I didn't know Fox had programming on a Saturday night in 19 whatever.
Oh, they did, girl. They definitely did.
87, 88, 89.
It's 89. All right. Fox, 8 p.m. The Reporters, which was another news magazine show. It basically was like...
Fox had a news magazine show?
Yeah. It was made by the same company that did A Current Affair.
Okay.
It basically was like a Saturday night version of A Current Affair.
Okay.
And they used the same reporters and producers and stuff.
Okay, so like Bill O'Reilly and all them.
Yeah. The Reporters is notoriously known for, on its premiere episode, they asked if Mike Tyson was gay. They asked him if he was gay.
Whoa.
And this was when he was married to Robin Givens.
The chick from Head of the Class.
Yes. And like I think one of the Beverly Hills Cops movies, maybe Beverly Hills Cop 3, I think.
Maybe, I don't know.
Speaking of cops, 9 o'clock, Cops was on.
Okay.
Which is surprisingly still on the air.
Yeah.
And they just did their 1000th episode like a month ago. So, ooga.
That is crazy.
All right.
Like, I've never actually, like, sat down to watch Cops.
What?
Yeah.
Huh.
But it would be, like, there were bars we would go to when I was in college, and they would have, like, whatever channel was on. They'd have, like, the Cops reruns. And, like, some of my friends would be so into it. I'm like, are you guys serious with this?
You never sat down on, like, Labor Day weekend and did, like, the FX Cops marathon?
Nope.
Oh. Weekend project for Kat. We're going to make her watch Cops.
No.
All right. I did a little research. I got a trivia question for you.
Okay.
All right, so Cops just recently celebrated its 1000th episode. Can you guess what TV series has had the most episodes produced?
Currently on the air?
It's not on the air. It ended its run in 2009.
That would be Guiding Light.
Yes, you are correct. It aired a total 15,762 episodes between 1952 and 09. Ooga.
Yep.
So R.I.P. Guiding Light. Shout out to the clone, Reva's clone.
Reva's clone.
What was her name? Dolly?
Josh and Reva drove off into the sunset together.
Yes. Shout out to the Guiding Light. All right. Fox, 10 o'clock. Beyond Tomorrow.
They had programming at 10 o'clock?
In 1989, they did.
Okay.
Beyond Tomorrow. This was based on an Australian TV series, which focused on science and technology. It was just like a learning thing.
Oh.
Boring. Yeah, I probably would have skipped this and watched the news as I waited for Saturday Night Live to come on.
I can tell you, I did not watch any of these things you've talked about so far tonight. To this morning or whatever.
But I know what you did watch.
Hey, what was I watching then?
All right, we're going over to NBC. We're ready for the NBC Saturday Night block. This was
Okay, let's hear it.
NBC Saturday nights, 80s, early 90s was a hotbed, the hotbed of television. You didn't fuck around with NBC in Saturday nights in the 80s. All right. 227, 8 o'clock.
Totally was watching it.
America's favorite sitcom about an apartment building, number 227, and sitting on the stoop and everything.
Yes.
All right.
100% was watching this.
Guess what tonight's episode was?
What?
In tonight's episode, the gang gets locked in the basement, and they each share their story of how they ended up at 227.
Oh, I love episodes like that.
Ooh, girl, yes. I'm sure it was a heartwarming story, and we need to track that down. Maybe we'll do that as a feature episode.
Yeah, we'll have to find that. Okay, what else?
All right, NBC 8:30, One of the Boys.
Okay, I don't remember this one, but I was probably watching it.
It's a one-season wonder. It stars Maria Conchita Alonso, and she plays an independent motorcycle-riding Cuban-Venezuelan female who left her rich family to come to America.
Okay, that was a lot to take in that just one... Okay, wait. Who else is in this?
I don't know. I looked up names. I didn't recognize any of them.
Okay.
She basically was a rich Cuban Venezuelan female, and she comes to America and starts anew. She starts as a waitress, and then she falls in love with a construction mogul.
Okay.
It sounds like a Rise to Glory type show, but I think it was canceled very quickly.
Okay.
All right.
I have no memory of this show. So what else?
9 o'clock. The Golden Girls.
100% watching that.
Yep. You want to know what tonight's episode was?
Tell me.
Two friends of Sophia come to visit from Sicily with the revelation that Dorothy and their daughter Gina may have been switched at birth.
Oh, that's such a good episode.
Scandal.
Because they have the daughter who's this teeny tiny little short little lady like Sophia. And they're all very tall, like Dorothy. Oh my gosh, it was awesome. That's a good episode.
How did it end? Do we know? Spoiler?
I mean, it was 1989, so it wasn't like they were going to do a DNA test or anything. They're like, nope, Dorothy's my daughter. This little lady is not my daughter. Go back to Sicily.
They went on Maury Povich.
Yeah, there's no Maury Povich.
Yeah. If this aired today, they definitely would have gone on Maury Povich.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Sophia would have been like, I have an idea. Let's go on Maury Povich.
They would have done that. They just would have gotten one of those little kits at the drugstore and done it.
You can get a DNA kit at the drugstore?
I think you can.
Really? Ooh. Let's buy DNA kits and we'll do a revelation episode next.
For what?
I don't know. We'll figure something out. We'll find out if we're related.
That's what you do through Ancestry.com.
Ooh, all right. We'll do a special...
Yeah, you can get, a DNA paternity test kit for $8.60 at Walmart.
Shit, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
For real.
I want to do, baby drama on this podcast. We should
Oh, wow. There is no baby to have baby drama with.
No, we'll find somebody. We'll put, a Craigslist ad out there and... see if we can do a crazy DNA kit episode.
Is that what this show is?
I don't know, a wild stunt episode for sweeps. We'll do it for sweeps.
Oh, and there's an additional $89 lab fee required.
Yeah, so you gotta ship it out and stuff.
Yeah, you gotta send it off to DNAtesting.com.
To Quest Diagnostics or something.
Yeah, or something.
Well, maybe we could have gone to ask the doctor of the next show. He could have helped us out with the lab testing, because Richard Mulligan's Empty Nest is on at 9:30.
Empty Nest, totally watched that one.
Yes, that was one of my Saturday night staples, that and Nurses.
Yes.
Which wasn't on yet. Nurses has yet to be born.
But those were like the staples.
Shout out to Susan Harris. All right, we're going to close off NBC. You ready?
Okay.
Hunter.
Oh, with okay, yeah, I totally know Hunter. That's like the detective guy, right?
Yeah, Rick Hunter. He's a wily, physically imposing, often rule-breaking homicide detective with the LAPD. And him and his crew, they would resolve many of their cases with lethal force.
Yeah, I totally watched that a little bit.
Shout out to Lethal Force. All right. Shall we talk about tonight's episode of Out of This World?
Yeah, let's just talk about this, because I don't know what I watched. I really don't. I watched it, and I don't know what I watched.
I'm pretty sure this episode was 8 minutes long.
Yeah, it was so quick. I was like, wait, I'm like, did I space out?
It's over?
And it wasn't like with the Sabrina episode where I was just like, oh my god, this is stupid.
No.
I was watching it, and it was just like, it was over.
So, the episode we watched...
I went and looked at the time of the video length, and it was 20-something minutes long, and I was like, what just happened?
Maybe they had a lot of commercials.
Maybe.
So the episode we did was Queens for a Day.
Yes.
And this is when Evie and her mother enter a beauty pageant contest at the school.
Yes, because that's totally a thing in the 80s.
And all right, so the episode opens. We have Evie and her friend Lindsay, I think was her name.
Yeah, something like that. Which was played by the actress they originally wanted for the role of Evie, but they changed their mind last minute, so they gave her the role of the best friend. They made the role of the best friend for her.
Really?
As compensation, yeah.
Oh. If you were the actress who played Lindsay, would you be upset? Or would you be like, at least I'm still in this mess?
At least I'm still... It's like the thing with Winnie Cooper on The Wonder Years with the sister.
Oh, yeah.
Who ended up playing Becky.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like... All right, so... I auditioned for the role of Evie. I'm going to be the star of a show. And then you find out that you didn't get the job, but they want you to play the best friend who's in 30 seconds every episode.
Yeah.
I'd be pissed. I don't know.
At least you're getting a paycheck.
Yeah.
It's screen time.
I guess so. I don't know. I'd still be pissed. What if, well, I don't think Maureen Flanagan went on to be a huge name, but if she did, if she...
She's still acting.
Yeah, she appears in things, but she's not we don't wake up in the morning and go, oh, what's Maureen Flanagan up to today?
No, we don't.
Actually, I'm kind of wondering what she is up to today. Let's be real.
Yeah. Let's be real.
So Lindsay and Evie, they're in the living room and they're practicing for the beauty pageant.
They're doing that thing where you walk with the book on your head to try and help your posture, because if it doesn't fall down, you've got it balanced, you've got good posture. But if it keeps falling down, you're slouching and stuff.
Yeah, don't they do that on A League of Their Own? I kind of remember that for some reason.
They do it everywhere.
And
I've done it myself.
Really?
I'll put a book on my... Yeah, I did as a kid. You put a book on your head and you try to walk and not let it fall down.
So do you have good posture?
No. As I sit here slouching.
Yeah, I'm slouching right now. I'm hunched over.
Yeah.
One thing I wanted to point out about the scene, Evie was totally rocking Fallon fashion from Dynasty.
Yeah.
And her friend Lindsay totally had a Zach Morris sweater on.
Yes. It was just the perfect blend of crazy 80s clothes.
Yeah, because I was hold on, I think Zach Morris wore that same exact sweater. Did the same production company produce Saved by the Bell?
No.
No? Or maybe they shared the same wardrobe department.
Yeah. Maybe it was on the same studio lot or something.
Could have been. Because I'm going to go through every episode of Saved by the Bell after this and try to find that exact sweater, because I know I've seen Zach Morris wearing it before.
Probably.
All right, so... what happens next? So
they're doing that, and there's this snotty girl at the school who is convinced she's going to win the contest. And she shows up, and she's she's that bitchy girl who always has to nag the TV sitcom main character who's not the most popular girl in school, but she's decently popular. There's always that one bitchy popular girl who has to try and stick it to her. And that's what this whole thing is.
Yeah, her name is Sissy, I believe.
Yeah, I don't even know. I wasn't paying a bit of attention to her name.
Isn't it weird that that Sissy just randomly decides to show up at Evie's house.
It's like, oh, hey, I already engraved this with the name of the winner for the beauty pageant, me and my mom. It's like, how do you know you're gonna win? Like, did you pay off all the judges?
I guess Evie is in charge of like planning the beauty pageant. Is that what I gathered?
Yeah, that's what I think I got. Like it, so she gets to enter it too, which that doesn't actually make sense to me.
So she's planning this whole event.
Like if you're the one planning it, you get to enter it too.
I'm guessing she probably like the school was like, hey, who wants to plan the beauty pageant? And Evie's probably like, yeah, I'll do it.
Well, you know her mom is the like principal at the school.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's like a school for gifted kids, and her mom's like in charge of the school.
Wait, what?
Yeah, her mom's the principal.
No, a school for gifted. Is this the X-Men? What?
No. This is before her mom leaves that job to start her own catering company and then becomes mayor of the town.
Oh. This is This is wild. Mind blown right now.
Weird.
All right. So things start off. Evie's mom is a principal at a school for gifted children. Mm-hmm. And Evie has superpowers.
Yes.
All right. So do the other students have superpowers, or is it like smart kids?
No, they're smart kids.
Okay. Because I'm like, hold on. Is Evie's mom Professor X?
No.
When you said that, that's where my mind went.
That's because you're weird.
But Evie's mom gets tired of being principal, so she decides to start a catering company.
Yeah.
And then becomes mayor of the town.
Called Donna's Delights. And then becomes mayor.
This is wild.
Makes the old mayor the sheriff.
Wait, what?
Yeah. Because they're like best friends with the guy who's the mayor at this point in the series is like really good friends of the family. And he's always hanging out, but totally doesn't notice Evie's magic powers.
Oh, he's that guy that always comes over.
Yeah.
Oh.
But not like the wacky one who comes in with like the Miss Wisconsin sash or anything.
Yeah. So at one point in this episode, this dude shows up in like a Mr. America or something.
It was Mr. Wisconsin.
Does this show?
I think I stared at it so confused. Like, why is it Wisconsin? They're in California.
Who was that guy? Who was that guy that showed up?
He's like the next door neighbor.
Was he a teenager or was he like an older man? I couldn't tell.
He was like a grown-ass person. And he's like, I'm going to enter the beauty contest. And they're like, it's a mother-daughter contest at the school.
For teens, right?
Yeah, like, you are neither a mother or a daughter or a student at this school, so stop.
Yeah, that's why I was confused, because I was like, is that a grown-ass man or a teenager? Like, I could not tell.
Yeah, it's that weird 80s aging thing.
It just mind-blowing. It looks like he had, like, Jean-Benet Ramsey makeup on, too.
Probably.
Like, he looks like a doll, like, when he came in. I was like, is he human? Like, what is this show?
Is he another alien? What? He's just the weird, wacky neighbor.
All right.
He just pops in and is absurd and then leaves and then maybe pops in again later.
I feel like if, like, the alien task force invaded this town, they would have gone to that guy first and thought he was the alien and not Evie.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
They're like, all right, our radar alien detection
100%.
is someone around here might be an alien. And it's like, they see that guy walking down the street and they go to his house first and they arrest him. They lock him in a dungeon. They probe him. And they're like, no, wait, this guy's 100% human. Oops. Like, sorry. Here's like a lifetime coupon to Waffle House if you want
like,
it.
Whoa.
For your troubles. And meanwhile, Evie has escaped in her like crystal box that also like turns into a spaceship, I think. Maybe. I like that idea. That's going to be in the fan fiction that I'm going to do after this.
Okay, you have fun with that.
I will. Follow us at averyspecialpodcast.com and you can read my Out of This World fanfic.
Okay, now you actually have to post that.
I will. I'll do it.
Okay.
All right, and then you're going to do Stephanie's Wilder Ride as
I'm not going to do Stephanie's Wilder Ride.
Call back to a previous episode.
So, yeah, so, like, she has to convince the mom to do the contest with her. And, like, the dad calls on the cube and, like, he doesn't realize that the mom's right there because now the mom can hear him because of a wish Evie made on her birthday that, like, the whole family could communicate. So he can't, like, just say whatever he wants anymore without his wife getting pissed.
Yeah, so he'll, like, I guess before he could say shit about his wife and only Evie could hear it. Mm-hmm. So now he forgets and he'll just be like, he'll say some sly ass remark about Evie's mom. And then Evie's just like, ooh, mom's right next to me right now. And he's like, oh, fucking bites his tongue.
And then she'll just be like, hi, Troy. And he's like, oh, crap.
Yeah, it's like locker room talk.
You're beautiful. I love you. I miss you.
I guess Evie's mom doesn't want to do the beauty pageant at first, but then she kind of gets talked into it because of Evie's dad, and because there's like a $500 cash prize.
Yeah. There's the prize, which shouldn't she have known about if she's the principal of the school?
Yeah, because I'm like, she'd probably have to like be in charge of like fundraising for this.
Like, I don't understand. But this is an 80s sitcom that was not meant to be like dissected 20 years later.
in like a half-ass podcast about it.
Yeah.
I get the impression that Evie's mom like sucks at her job too.
That's probably why she went and became a caterer.
Yeah, like they probably petitioned for her to be like fired from this job.
Like, you need to leave now.
It seemed like she didn't really have like an idea what was going on with the school and with Evie's life.
Yeah, she's no Corey Matthews.
And she kind of like allowed this like weird like bullying to happen at the school, like between Sissy and Evie. Like, and it's just like, oh, like it's all right. We can have this like weird, like Sissy can come in and like boss her daughter around.
Yeah, like what the hell? Like, no, that's not how this works.
And apparently, I guess they've done this beauty pageant like has gone on for years because Sissy's mom, I guess, has like been like the reigning champ since like the beginning of time. Apparently,
yeah, there must be more sissies at home.
She just breeds children just for this beauty pageant.
Exactly.
Every 4 years, she like pushes out another child, and she probably like had a son at one point. She's like, fuck, I can't enter the beauty pageant. Gives a son up for adoption, has another girl. Like, thank God I had a girl this time. Thank God.
Oh my God. That is so dark and twisted.
I don't know, like that's the kind of vibe I got from her though.
Yeah, because she was all about winning.
Yeah.
So they have to try and find like a talent, because that's what this whole thing is based on, is a talent performance. It's basically a talent show. That's what this is.
Yes.
But they call it a beauty pageant.
Do you feel like that the writers of this were probably men and they didn't realize that like a beauty pageant is about like fashion and makeup and hairstyles?
They just probably didn't care. They were probably like, we need to like write a script because the last one didn't get approved, so we gotta like fill something in real quick. What can we do? Beauty pageant.
The male writers probably saw like Donald Trump hosting Miss America pageant that year. And you know how all the contestants always have like a talent, like a special talent, but it really is just like some stupid thing they do to fill the time. So they just assumed that a beauty pageant is a talent show.
So baton twirling.
Yeah. So Sissy and her mom are like pro baton twirlers.
Like, does anybody twirl a baton anymore?
Yeah, it's a thing that like high schools do, like, don't they? Like the marching band.
Some like you get like the 2 or 3 girls in the marching band that do, but that's it. Well, I get, you know what? They don't twirl batons very often anymore. They do more flags now.
Oh, like flag swirling, what do they call it? Twirling? Swirling.
Yeah, because I did that in high school. I actually
did
the flags.
Can you
Yeah, until I broke my middle finger.
Do you still have your abilities?
I probably could. I could at least impress the nephews.
Can you do a YouTube video of you doing some flag twirling for us?
No.
Put it on the website?
No.
Come on.
No.
If you want to see Kat Halstead do some flag twirling,
no.
Tweet us at Very Podcast and demand it. Heather, Ryan.
Heather, do not tweet him. Do not tweet us, Heather. Don't do it.
Ryan, send Kat a text message right now when you hear this and demand that Kat Halstead flag twirl on the website.
Don't do it, Ryan. Don't do it.
Danielle, Sarah, who sometimes tweets us, the Spanish guy who wants to kill me with an axe.
Steven, don't do it. Don't do it, Steven.
Definitely. Anyone else out there that hasn't yet tweeted us, please do come out of the woodwork right now and tweet us and ask that Kat Halstead flag twirls for this.
Oh my God. No.
YouTube sensation, Kat Halstead flag twirling.
I hate you so much right now.
Can we talk about Evie's friend Lindsay, her talent?
What's her talent? I don't remember. Like, I think I totally spaced out.
She reenacted a scene from Jaws. Not Jaws 1, but Jaws 2.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, because the people who wrote this did not know what they were like. I know they were trying to be ridiculous, but yeah.
So Lindsay was basically on stage wearing like a bathing suit, and she had like a floaty ring around her waist, and she was pretending to swim. And then behind her in the curtains opened up, and her mom was in a rubber shark suit.
Yeah.
And chased Lindsay around the auditorium.
Yeah. Like, what?
And then the guy who was hosting the beauty pageant was like, and that was Lindsay doing her scene from Jaws. And then Lindsay crawls back onto the stage, whispers into his ear, and then he's like, excuse me, Jaws 2.
That was the mayor dude, the former like TV star guy who hangs out all the time.
Oh, all right. So Evie's mom ends up replacing his job, and then he becomes the sheriff?
Yeah.
I love the career changes in this town.
Yeah.
Shout out to career changes. They took a class at University of Phoenix and like gained these new skills.
So there's the Jaws scene, then there's the baton twirling, and the girl totally like messed up on purpose, Sissy.
Yeah, she fucks up at the end, like on the closing number.
Yeah.
She's supposed to
She like drops her baton instead of catch it.
Yeah, she's supposed to catch it. Sissy's mom freaks out. She's like one of those pageant moms.
Yeah, like as soon as that happens, it's like ice glare.
Yeah, she's pissed. There's a scene of them like behind the curtains, and the mom's like, I'm so embarrassed. You embarrassed me in front of the whole fucking town, Sissy. Like, I don't know how I can go to the Stop and Shop tomorrow and be seen in public. Like, you embarrassed, you shamed the family.
Yeah, because you dropped a baton.
And Sissy's like, please don't murder me tonight, Mom. Please don't murder me tonight.
For real.
Like, she really was scared. And Evie witnesses.
Yeah, she was like terrified, and Evie's like, oh my god, I have to do something. They have to win.
Yeah, Evie sees this, and she's like, you know what? It's just a stupid fucking beauty pageant. Like, it doesn't matter to me. Like, I thought I wanted to beat Sissy, but this bitch is going to go home tonight and probably get beat by her parents because she lost a fucking
For real.
beauty pageant at school. The Marlow, California beauty pageant.
Yeah.
At the School for Gifted Children, whatever the fuck it is.
Whatever this place is. So yeah. Evie and her mom like start their performance, and it's like a putting on the hits kind of thing, lip syncing.
Yeah, they're wearing leather jackets.
To like leader of the pack.
Yeah, they're lip syncing to leader of the pack. Evie freezes time, and she's like, Mom, I apologize for fucking this up.
Yeah.
She unfreezes time, and then she like pretends to like break her ankle.
To twist her knee.
Oh, her knee.
Yeah, she pretends to twist her knee so that like she can't perform. But the mom is like, we're doing this. I'm going to do it alone. And then so Evie has to like speed up the record.
Did she use
She's trying to like mess with her mom. And she changes it to opera music and all kinds of stuff. And the mom is like keeping up.
Yeah, the mom was doing a good job, I thought, for whatever Evie did.
What was being thrown at her.
Yeah, because Evie went back to the audience and she was using her mind powers to like change the record speed.
Yeah. And then changed the song the record was playing, even though it's record. It's not like an iPod shuffle.
I love that it was an actual like vinyl album.
It was like a vinyl record with the needle and everything.
And I also love that they basically it's a talent show for the students, and they just let the mom like still do the talent show.
Like nobody put a stop to this.
Yeah, it's like, you know what?
But she's the principal. Who's going to stop the principal?
Yeah, and you know what? If the principal won the pageant, it would be like weird. It's like, all right, so the principal won and gets the $500 and the big ass trophy.
Yeah.
That already has Sissy and her mom's name engraved in it.
Because, yeah, exactly.
But Sissy and her mom win the beauty pageant anyway, even though Sissy fucked up. And we're now...
Yeah, something happened, like, Evie put on the 1812 overture and the mom couldn't keep up or whatever.
Yeah, I love it's like putting on the hits, and it's the fucking 18th 12 overture is a hit that they play at high school, and they put on records in the late 80s.
Hey, it's what Evie, like, made happen.
So, in 1989, you can buy a record that has Leader of the Pack and the 1812 overture on it.
Dude, you couldn't buy a record that this is Evie's magical powers.
Wait, so Evie's powers created this record?
Yes, she changed what music was on the record.
So her powers can change records.
Yes. Okay, it's a TV show from 1989 about a half-alien girl who has magic powers. Can we suspend a little belief here?
So she can create playlists with her mind.
Yeah, she doesn't need an iPod because she can just do whatever she wants.
That's kind of like a bitchin' ability. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, let's just say you're friends with Evie. It's like 1992. You're driving down the street and you're like, oh fuck, like what was that song? What was that Debbie Gibson song that we used to like back in the day? And then Evie would just fucking like twist her mind, and all of a sudden Debbie Gibson will stop playing out of the radio.
Yeah. Exactly. All of a sudden you hear,
Wild.
Shake your love. I just can't shake your love.
Do you think that Evie bought an iPod in 2004?
No.
No. She just sat in her car and just like twisted her mind.
Yeah.
And Tiffany, I Think We're Alone Now started playing out of nowhere.
I think we're alone Yeah.
All right. Do you think that Evie is a wedding DJ right now?
No.
She's like the ruler of Earth
She probably got called back to her half-home planet to fight in the war.
to fight in the war and assist Burt Reynolds.
Yeah, exactly.
I want to know more about this war. Like, did they ever like get deep into this?
I don't think so.
It's the Phantom Menace.
I think it's just like this thing to keep the dad away.
Yeah. And like the dad came back to Earth sometimes, but they never showed his face. Wasn't like that?
Yeah,
always...
he'd always be like, it was very Wilson-like that he'd be like behind a surgical mask or a book or whatever.
wearing a motorcycle helmet, or like there's a plant in the way.
Yeah, so you never saw his face.
I think they like kind of show him in the theme song a few times because they show like through the years, and he's always like his face is obscured.
Yeah, you never see his face.
NBC or whatever company was like trying to like raise enough money to be able to get Burt Reynolds to come on to this.
He had the point where he didn't want to be associated with it. That's why Troy is listed as Troy.
Yeah, it just says Troy as himself in the credits.
Yes, instead of Burt Reynolds as the voice of Troy.
They couldn't like pull him away from Evening Shade for like an hour or two just to like film like a scene.
No. He didn't want to. I feel like this was peak Burt and Lonnie.
Definitely. And had the show still been on the air, when like by the time that Burt Reynolds was like in the Burt and Lonnie scandal, he probably would have came, I bet.
I don't think so.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't think so?
I don't think so.
He did fucking cop and a half, so I don't know. He might have lowered himself to actually make FaceTime on this.
Well, we'll never know, will we?
No, because the show was abruptly canceled in 1991 on a fucking cliffhanger.
But of course, where the mom ends up on the alien planet and the dad ends up on Earth. Dun dun dun.
And they still didn't show him.
But it's okay. The mom went on to have like 3 kids on a Disney Channel show, so it's all good.
What was she on?
Even Stevens.
Really?
She's the mom from Even Stevens.
So she fictionally gave birth to Shia LaBeouf.
Yes.
Shout out to that. That is progress. Mm-hmm. That's a great forward action on Evie's mom's part.
Oh, and then she also was on General Hospital for a little while, playing a distant relative of Steve Burton's character.
Ooh, do you think they talked about it on the set? Do you think they talked about Out of This World?
I'm gonna guess that Steve is like, oh, hey, it's so good to see you. I'm gonna go over here now. Bye.
I'm gonna go over here and work on my pyramid scheme.
Yeah, exactly.
And Evie's mom's like, oh, I just want to be part of this. And Steve's like, no.
No.
You were a horrible, weird mom on Out of This World. I don't know if I can associate with you. You changed careers too quickly. I don't think you're pyramid scheme material. You'd be on to the next thing very quickly.
It's like, damn it, Steve, you used to do Psychic Friends Network infomercials.
You had more fucking jobs than Mrs. Garrett on Facts of Life. Maybe. Who knows?
Who knows?
So how does this end? How does this madness end?
So it ends like Evie and the mom are at the house, and like the mom is exhausted from like that performance, and the doorbell rings, and nobody's outside except for the big giant trophy and a note that says, "You're the real winners."
Yes, it's from Sissy.
Yeah, like what?
Sissy.
We were like, I kept waiting for something else to happen, and then it was over.
Yeah, Sissy grows a conscience, and she's basically like, oh, you know what?
Mm-hmm.
Evie totally won this, even though she fucking twisted her knee during, like, before the chorus of Leader of the Pack, twisted her fucking knee.
Yeah.
Like, who does a dance move before the chorus to end Leader of the Pack?
I don't know.
Like,
Evie does.
Would you at least wait until the chorus kicked in?
I would think so. I don't know.
And you know what? I bet you when they were like doing this episode, they were probably like, all right, you can play the first verse of Leader of the Pack, but you can't do the chorus.
Probably.
Like we'll pay for the first verse.
Probably.
So they're like, all right, we're gonna have Evie do it, like a little twist right here, and she fucking twists her knee. That's the only twist that happens this episode.
It really is.
It's over. Yeah, the episode ends. Like it just like does. They're like, oh, that Sissy's very nice. She's very generous giving us this trophy, even though she took the money.
Yeah.
Now we get this gigantic trophy that we can put next to the dad crystal.
But our names are totally not engraved on it.
Yeah, it still says Sissy and her mom.
Yeah.
Sissy Brown, I think was her name.
I don't even know. I really didn't pay that much attention.
Then we get a freeze frame, and I'm just like, wait.
Yeah.
There's no more to this?
Like, it just... I was like, it was very quick.
Lindsay didn't roll in with like her Zach Morris sweater and was like, hey, I can't believe you have the trophy, or just nothing else, not even like a follow-up.
Yeah, there's nothing.
Or the mom's like, oh wow, the town's outraged at me for doing the beauty pageant all on my own. Yeah,
there's nothing like that. It just ends, and it's like, okay, the credit music starts, and you're like, wait,
I want more. I want to know more.
I was like, I'm confused, and then I was like, I don't know what I just watched.
Kat's tweeted me like, what the fuck did you make me watch again?
How often do I say that to you?
All the time. Sabrina the Teenage Witch, Small Wonder, The Munsters Today, Webster. I know how to pick them.
You sure do.
All right, what are we doing next week? What madness are we dipping into?
Let me see.
All right, I got it.
Happy Days.
Yes, we are going to the 50s via the 70s.
Yes.
At least that's somewhat of a memorable show. We'll have memories, I guess.
It's freaking Happy Days.
We're fine.
These days are yours and mine. Happy Days. Fonzie, Richie Cunningham, Potsy, Ralph Malph, Joni, Chachi,
Henry Winkler, Ron Howard.
That's Fonzie.
Yeah, there's so many great memories here. Before we go, I just want to bring this up.
Okay.
Do you know who directed a few episodes of Out of This World?
Scott Baio.
Yes, Scott Baio came back to television to direct episodes of Out of This World. Mm-hmm. Just had to throw that out there.
And he did a couple guest appearances on that.
Yes, he's appeared on the show too. So
I think he directed a couple episodes of My Two Dads as well and appeared on it once.
And did he direct episodes of Charles in Charge?
I think he might have.
He got a little bit of the directing bug.
Yeah.
And now he's blocking celebrities on Twitter, like Alyssa Milano.
Yeah, well, you know what? That's his prerogative. She just sits on Twitter all day and like bitches about politics and like bitches at the conservatives in Hollywood. So you know what? If you're gonna do that, he's gonna block you. That's his prerogative.
Are you pro Scott Baio in this saga?
I think, she can't be surprised. Nobody should be surprised if you're going to tweet somebody like nasty stuff and harass them if they get blocked.
Oh, so I'm guessing the AVSP Twitter account will not be blocked by Scott Baio.
No, I don't want to be blocked by Charles from Charles in Charge.
Unless I tweet something.
I'm like, don't make Chachi block me. You've been over this.
All right, you will crush Kat's childhood.
You will.
So, Scott Baio, if you're listening to this, block the other A Very Special podcast, the fake one.
Block those assholes.
Not us. Listen to us. We did an episode about you. We talked about you one day. Actually, we talked about you several times, but the episode kept getting, tainted.
Yeah, it took us 4 times to do that episode.
We lost power. The file got deleted. We kept losing our internet connection. The universe did not want us to do Charles in Charge, but we finally got to you.
And then finally we did it.
You were in charge of our days and of our nights for one wild night in 2016, maybe?
Yeah, it was 2016 when we finally got an episode recorded.
But we tried in 2014 and in 2015, but it just never happened. Mm-hmm. So definitely check out that episode if you want to hear about his date with Gwendolyn Pierce. Gwendolyn Pierce. All right, so where can you follow us? How can you find us on the internet?
You can follow us on Twitter at Very Podcast. You can find us on Instagram and Facebook at A Very Special Podcast. Do not accept imitations.
Yes.
And you can find us online at averyspecialpodcast.com.
Yeah, and we are on iTunes and Google Play or something. And
I don't know. We're supposed to be wherever your thing that you set up posts podcasts.
I Googled us. We show up on things that I don't even know of. We're on Last FM and we're on these other random Stitcher. I don't even know how we ended up on these things, but we're there. So follow us.
That's because of I'll explain it to you later.
No, explain it to me now. I want let's entertain our podcast listeners with this.
So when you put out your podcast through Libsyn, is that who we use?
Yep.
They
put
it out to more than just iTunes.
Oh, okay.
It goes out to all these other servers, but it doesn't go to you have to set it up for things like Spotify and Google and iTunes.
Okay, but do you think we're broadcasted to the Out of This World planet in Turion?
Who knows?
Do you think Burt Reynolds' voice is listening to us right now?
Who knows? Maybe a few decades later.
They're just getting our early episodes right now. They're getting our WKRP episode.
Yeah.
The first thing the aliens hear is a very special podcast.
Talking about turkeys flying away.
Dropping out of the sky.
Yeah.
And they take it as a threat and they invade this planet.
Yep.
All right. So join us next week on a very special podcast when we talk about Happy Days and Henry Winkler and we jump sharks, maybe. Who knows?
No, it's too early. We're doing a season 2 episode. There's no shark jumping in season 2.
All right. We're hitting jukeboxes and playing Leader of the Pack in cool leather jackets.
Yeah, pretty much.
And as always,
bye.